probably why I write poetry. One of my first memories when I was about 3 or 4 was writing a poem that I still have captured. It was a little haiku, and from that time on, my form of expression, whenever I'm trying to wrestle with something or express something, has been to grab a pen and try to jot down some sort of words. Maybe other people compose songs or do a painting or make a piece of pottery, but this is just my instrument for healing and understanding and trying to grapple with things that can never really be put into words. And so for me, it's really exciting to have you here. I want to thank each of you. Some of you I already know, we have some history, and other of you are new friends, but it really means a lot to me. And this current book of poetry that I have brought out, I call Ebbo, Offering, is the result of poems I've written in about the 7 or 8 years that I've lived in the Monadnock area. I moved here from Chile in about 2002, 2003. And it was a big change. I came from living in Chile for a decade, which is a big city in Latin America. And I came here as a single mother and was working full-time over in Brattleboro for a few years, and now I work in the Keene area. And before I left Chile, I lived there about a decade. I wrote a book of poetry called Bounded Evolution that I sort of put together and gave as friends, and I still have a few extra copies. So this is sort of my Chile period, and it just felt like this was the right time to do my current period of my life. So I call it Ebbo, Offering. And the reason I chose this title is because probably the last few years of my life here, if there's any word or area that I've been trying to better understand, it's this concept of Ebbo. The word Ebbo comes from Yoruba spiritual practice. It can be Santeria or Candomblé in the Americas. In Nigeria, it's called Ifa. But it comes over from the Nigerian slaves. And I sort of unintentionally ended up discovering about it when I spent time in Cuba. I was doing a lot of work in Cuba for a while and in Brazil. And I became initiated in it, and a lot of really powerful things opened up to me due to it. So I've been kind of wrestling with what is offering, what is sacrifice. I'm doing trips down to Mexico, and everybody thinks about the Mexicans spilling blood and tearing hearts out, but sacrifice is a lot more than that. And a lot of the indigenous and First Peoples tradition, reciprocity and balance is one way of sort of giving back to Earth or to the other dimensions. So I don't really have the answer, but this is sort of what's been